Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live. Live from the Alliance headquarters in Burlington, North Carolina. Hosted by Andy Albright. Brought to you by AMP Studios in front of a live studio audience. Featuring in-depth training and the latest Alliance news. Now, let's hear it for your host, our President and CEO, Andy Albright!
What I'm talking about? What I'm talking about? All right, y'all grab a seat. I'm fired up. Wow, we got a sound opportunity here, don't we? That is awesome. Guys, this sounds great. I feel important in here. It has never sounded like this before, right? It's coming over to Mike, and is it feedback? Are we good? Everything's nice? All right. Wow, fired up. Okay, what are we in, February? Boom. January went like that. One of the biggest lies being told in America today is you got time. You ain't got no time. Time flying by, man. It's just Rob. It's boom, gone, you know. Woo! That's right. And we're in 2018 already. Yeah, all right. So fast coming up is March Instant Thunder. It's March 21st through the 23rd. I know the agency managers are going to be here. Alex Abian, Lauren Atkins, Correa, Cruz, Davies, Hartley, Hill, Katz, Lampy, Mathis, Patton, Profil, Ray, Riddle, Saunders, Wilson, and Weinbrenner. Okay, so that's George and Penny Wilson, Kyle Weinbrenner. These are the agency managers that are here March 21st through the 23rd. And the key leaders that are associated with those agency managers is the way we want to bring it in. Does that make sense? So I maybe will be able to show you the key leaders that are coming in, but all the key leaders. Now, here's why I'm doing it this way, because I want to have a massive focus on key leaders and above. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You know how we had a breakout at National Convention where all the key leaders and agency managers went over to the hangar for 4 hours and it was a higher level teaching? Well, keep in mind we didn't have as much time to do training then, and we had 4 hours. So this time what we're going to do, I'm going to have the key leaders over here and agency managers, and we're going to do a ton of breakout training focused on the leadership. Your key people, key leaders. So your key leader, you've got obviously one person that was able to get two selling, right? You had to have a business promoter in order for you to be a key leader, right? We're tracking right here? So you had to have a business promoter to be a key leader. Those type people, and you've also got people that have come out of the gate selling like crazy, and then you got people that are talking big talk. So there's the three people, key leaders, I want you to bring. The people that are talking the big talk, the people that come out selling like crazy, or the people that have two people selling. You with me? Does that make sense? Yeah. Key leaders, bring your key people to Instant Thunder. We're going to take your key people and we're going to, boom, change the world immediately for them. Okay? People that are not so sure, don't try to push them to come. Okay? Get them selling, let them keep listening to tapes, let them keep reading, stuff like that. But the people that are serious on your team, people that are committed, get them. Now, you say, well, wait. What if my key leader don't pick me? Maybe you need to inform your key leader that you're somebody. All right. That makes sense? Now, if your key leader goes, then there you go. Now you know. Does that make sense? That means maybe next time, or you're going to be big one day. You know, don't no pressure. Does that make sense? That's right. I do that to people. I go like, it's a long ways, and you don't have any gas money, and you haven't been able to sell anything yet, and no. You with me? Yeah. Does that make sense? Because I'm like, now some people that I like go sell everything you got, give blood, beg your mama. You got to be there because you got the it factor. Now, does this make sense? Yeah. Okay, so there's two separate ones. One is in March 21st, 22nd, 23rd. It's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And the other one is April 18th, 19th, and 20th. That one we want Balick, Bel Air, Bowery, Carey, Connors, Dukes, Epstein, Fitzgerald, Goodrich, Keeter, Leventovich, Long, Marcellus, Menachino, Owens, Roberts, and Sheitlin. Okay? Now, there's 2 different weeks I'm going to the West Coast and the Midwest in the Alliance Air on a jet, and I'm going to take, when I go to the West Coast, I'm going to go to Rancho Cucamonga, and I'm going to load it up. So Jason Carey, Jake, and Bale, think about who needs to be on that plane that is producing width and depth and selling. And we're going to do Rancho, and then I think it's Vegas, Phoenix, I can't remember. Okay, so, here it is. Rancho, Vegas, Phoenix, I was right. Denver and Kansas City. I have the dates set. I'm not going to give you the dates, but the very next, actually the week before that, I'm going to hit 4 cities more in the Midwest. So some of those people may not need to come to Instant Thunder. Okay, for real, because I'm going to do a 2 to 5 session out there. You say, will it be as crazy as Instant Thunder? No, because Instant Thunder is a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday here at the headquarters. But some of you, probably less of you, need to come from the West Coast and the Midwest because I'm going out there and we'll do some seminars. Now, some of you in the Midwest and California, you need to get here because y'all just crazy people that need to be here. Is that? That's right. So that's clear as mud. Yeah. All right. Jay, do you have those things from from National Convention? How about coming up here and grabbing a mic and tell me what we got here?
Yes, sir. All right. Hey, everybody.
Coach.
My name is Jay Daugherty. I've been with the Alliance since 2004. Direct to Andy Albright. Hired here in Burlington, North Carolina. That's right. So what we're looking at here, I'm having trouble holding them because there's so many of them. These people...
I'll take this.
Thank you, sir. These people came to our national convention. Yeah. What we encourage them to do is to talk to people, right? So we gave them a bingo card. This is a bingo card. So what they would do, they would take this bingo card to every carrier and every vendor that we have. Every time they took the card to the vendor, they'd ask for a stamp. Can you verify that I came and talked to you and introduced myself to you? They would say yes, and they'd give them a stamp. Thank you. So these people that we have in that stack filled out they visited every single carrier and every single vendor that we have. We talk about the importance of
That's
creating.
A bunch of them, Jay.
That is a bunch of them.
All these people met every single person.
Every single one.
Every vendor.
We talk about creating a relationship with people before you need that relationship. These people are on their way to doing that. They talk to American Equity. They talk to Farsis Financial. About whatever. It could be the contest they have running. It could be about the 5,000 bonus points that they get for writing their first issue paid policy to get to Paris, Switzerland, right? Now, one of these people is lucky enough to get a free ticket today to family reunion. And that is a hot commodity, and I know because me and Tony and Barry and Andy, we're trying to figure out how to fit all these people that have signed up for family reunion in this building, and they're coming. But we saved a place for this person, and Andy Albright right now is about to figure out who that is. If you want to cut the cards or anything before we do this?
Yeah.
Let's cut the card.
Cut them.
Easy enough. Easy enough.
All right.
Make it rain.
Trying to find a good one.
That's a good one right there.
Thank you, Kyle.
This is a great one. You know why? Because they did everything they were supposed to do.
Almost.
Everything they were supposed to do, but they didn't put their name on it. You can have that one, Terry. Take that that to your children and say, when you turn in your paper, kids, put your name and date it. You know how that was beat into me so bad? Like if somebody gives me a book, I always open it up and I'll say, did you put your name and date in it? I don't do nothing without naming it and dating it. David Lee decided to put his name on here, 401-578. That's your phone number, David Lee. You have just won a all-expense paid
base ticket
to family reunion. Now, if you're, okay, David Lee, I hope you're listening because you got to be really quick on this. You just won a base ticket. If you want to upgrade to a meal ticket, you need to call and get it done. Here's the reason. There's only 20 meal tickets left. We are out, so we have 1,400 people committed to come, over 1,400 now. Think about that. We are shooting for 1,710 here.
That's right.
In the main event, and then we're looking for overflow. Does that make sense? But we can't, if you've been here before, you saw how crazy it is here. We can't feed more than 650 every meal. Does that make sense? So if you're going to get a meal ticket, upgrade quickly, David Lee. Congratulations.
David Lee, good job.
All right. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Coach. Woohoo! Okay. Do we have two things, my men in the back audience? One is my clock screen. Jay, look at that screen. See how that looks? I don't have my clock up there, number one. Number two, do we have anything for Instant Thunder? The address is instantthunder.com. Okay? It's real simple, instantthunder.com. Go on there, you see all the agency managers listed, and you see the dates, the prices, what's covered, and the whole thing, okay? And key leaders need to know, key leaders, I want you here. It's going to be very focused, very high-level training that we need to get you guys pulling together. Family reunion, that's a big deal. Every key leader, we're going to talk a lot about that, like who do you have coming, how do you get more people here, how do you get people trained. Oh, I'm going to be in Newark, New Jersey. I'm going to be in Detroit February 20th, Newark, New Jersey on the 21st, and Cincinnati, Ohio on the 22nd. Do we have the leading foresters, producers yet? Something popped up. We do. Okay. All right. This is, So foresters in the month of January, you're getting ready to blow that up, ain't you? Kimberly Spinelli Young, just foresters, guys, in 1 month. We'll see how she fared on the combined report. But number one in the United States of America, Kimberly Spinelli Young. Woohoo! Number two, Debbie Ben. Number three, Pam Moore. Number four, Minerve. Marvin Osuna with 15, Michelle Alleman 13, Nadine Smith-Johnson, Shannon Barnhart, and Mac Judy with the top 10. Let's just look at these other names. I'm going to go through calling them, but the other people, Jazz, Owens, Vinny, James, Nikki, Danny Johnson. Okay, so there's your top three through Jenny. All right? Okay, let's go to, let's check out CFG. What do we have on CFG? I can pull those up. Fantastic. Number one, Robert Wilson was number one in the country with CFG. Brian Hill was number two. Andy Logan, Alan Yoshikawa out of Hawaii. Rose that's Rose right there. Rose Marino, because I saw that name earlier today. Steve Moore, Chadwick Ray, Owen Causey, Michelle Alleman, and Travis Graham. Let's see who else. Not bad for CFG. David Holt, Mark Anthony Gardner, Owens, Alleman, Todd Turnbow. Okay. All right. There we go. Top 33. Let's go to National Western Life. Maybe? Nope. My bad. Can't see these down here. Foresters. What the heck? Both of those look like Foresters. What's that? National Western. Okay, National Westerns leading the world is Bob Blevins.
Way to go, Bob!
If you want to be the top 12 in National Western Life, apparently you have a good shot. Apparently you have a good shot. There was one he was going to pull together was all production, like year to date on production. Billy, do you know if he got that one? You think that's it? Top 100, there's National Western Force, CFG, January. No, that's SEAL team. I need one. Maybe he can get it for the whole thing. He doesn't have it yet? Okay. All right. Let me know when he's got it, all right?
Yes, sir.
And, well, we can take a look at the GSB. Let's take a look at the GSB. So we are at $7,000 for January. As usual, we barely... Say, here's what we're trying to do. I'm always trying to get people to do just a little bit better because it will blow your mind how much better we could do. Like we did $7,000 on SEAL team this year with 45 winners. We could have had 457 winners with 41,000. Does that make any? It's kind of mind-boggling how much we could do if we just did a little bit better. So SEAL team here is, remember we're having the gold, silver, bronze, silver, gold, and 6. So we had one SEAL team 6 person. We had no golds. We had 2 silvers, 4 bronze. So 7 people SEAL team this month of January, 1 SEAL team 6. That does show you how elite it is. Well, it will be fun when we have 10 people up here in SEAL team 6. I think February we got a good shot. Let's see who these people were. Here we go. Had 20,000 issued, 38, but they didn't get that one person to buy their own policies, to sell a policy. Notice you got to recruit a person and get them selling or buy their own policy. So 38 just missed. And so just needed one personal direct, SEAL team GSB. Had it, okay, they had at least 5, these had at least 5,000 and the recruit, okay? Had, but less than 20,000. Had, so they had their first issue paid, over 5,000, but they didn't do 20,000. So they're actually good Samaritan bonus people right here. And just needed one personal direct. So here we go. Michelle Alleman, SEAL Team 6. Okay. Check this out. She had 8 direct recruits. 1 person got their first issue paid. 2 got their 3rd issue paid. And 2 got their 5th issue paid. That is strong right there. And 45,000 issue paid. So you know what's crazy, to me it's crazy, is you go back here, when we were just doing SEAL team and we didn't have a 6 and a gold and a silver, she said she would stop after 20 because that was a half a month and she would just quit selling because she made SEAL team. We gave her a SEAL team 6 option and she runs to 45,000. This is the way we are as human beings. We like games. We like playing. We like contests. So therefore, the month of January, I'm looking for the number 1 producer, which we're waiting on that report, number 1 in Foresters, number 1 CFG, number 1 National Western Life, number 1 overall producer. And we're looking for SEAL Team 6, SEAL Team Gold, SEAL Team Silver, seeing who wants to do it. Do you want to compete? Some people hate to lose. Some people like winning. The way I see it, if you wanted to be SEAL Team 6, you lost. So if you hate it, you got a shot. Okay? All right, so this changed everything for Michelle Alleman and I think for a lot of us. So Sarge, Rob Wilson, Sarge come out with 29,900 and a direct recruit. Kimberly Spinelli Young, 25,000 and 1 direct recruit started selling. 7 personal she put in. In the bronze team, we had Phil Abair, Alan Yoshikawa, Michael Owens, and Junior Korea. So I met Yoshikawa for the first time, and this joker is fired up out of his mind. And I think he's been with the company less than 6 months, but he's already separated himself into the top arena by going SEAL team. But not only, I like people say, I'm focused on recruiting. Really? Did you recruit 9? Did you get 3 that are selling? Look at Owens. What he got? 3 people started selling for the first time. 2 made it to 3, and 1 made it to 5, and 1 made it to 10. Owens is smoking. Look at what Korea's starting to do. So all these people, we're going to give money away to charities because of them. Here is the next SEAL team: Mac Judy, Adam Johnson, Danny Johnson, Mike Rodriguez, Joe Dukes, Brant Swindell, George Andershock. When you see these red, these are people that are new. These are new recruits. These got their first issue paid business. Adam Johnson had 4 this month. I'm looking for big things out of him. Who's this? Look at Bill Cook, 2, 2, and 2. Mickey Cruz, Mike Paleo, Nadine Smith Johnson, Glenda Graham, Hernan Rowland, Mimi, Marty, Lewis, Glenn Lamb. This thing is getting ready to blow up. Look at this right here. Look at this. All these people got somebody started selling 3, 2, 4, 2. These are new people direct to them selling. This is smoking. Way to go, James Hill. This is looking way better, James. 3 here and 2 there, and 9,700 in issue paid. Manzo, $8,000. Marcy Hicks, $8,000. Bob Blevins, $8,000. I want to see. Okay, these are the guys that did over 20,000, but they didn't get somebody new to write their first piece of business. Keep that in mind. This isn't a month. So you've got 20 or 30 people direct to you, and you're putting in 10 more. All you got to do is get a new one to write business every month, just one. Some people are getting 2 and 3 and 4. All you got to do is get 1. So didn't get that happen. Myung Choi did 39,000 issue paid, didn't get anybody rocking. Debbie Ben had 34,000, didn't get anybody rocking. Menachino did 29,000, hired 3, but didn't get any new selling. Pam Moore, 27. Shannon Barnhart, 27. Marvin Osuna, 24. Dora, 23. Hutchinson, 23. Minerve, 22. Michael Hartley, 20. And Patricia. What? What is going on, girl? Patricia, Quesadilla, Torres, Casada. How you say it? How you say it? Casada. Patricia Casada Torres, 20,000 issue paid. Way to go, girl. All right, there's some that, look at all these 19, 15s, 13s, 11s. There's a bunch of 10 grands. Look at all these people writing business. This thing's getting crazy all over the country. All right, here we go, guys. 6 gold, silver, bronze. All right. Have we got, let me know when we got that total leaderboard, because I want to see who's number 1 for the month. That's something I thought we already pulled together, but if we didn't, we'll get it. All right, a million things. Oh, Jay, you don't have one of those picture books handy, do you? He did. You did? Oh, good. Thank you. I want to show you all this. This is something that we actually intended to hand out, and a few people did get it at the convention, but a lot of people didn't, so we're mailing these out to hotspots. It's the entire year in pictures for the Alliance. So it's got some really cool shots in it. Got some cool pictures in it, so if you will check it out. There's Junior Korea when we were hunting for alligators down in Florida. That was a SEAL Team adventure. So we're going to do some SEAL Team 6 adventures now. Oh, look, my man Bauer, he apparently got pushed in. So anyway, y'all can pass that around. So it's the Alliance picture year in pictures review. It's really cool. Make sure that you get your hands on one of those, a hotspot if possible. We didn't mail out 1 million, but we mailed a lot out. Also, our Paris brochure is out, if you hadn't seen this. So we're getting these out. This is the contest that we're running this year to go to Paris and to go to Montreux, Switzerland. This hotel. This is the hotel on the ocean. On the lake, on Lake Geneva. It's beautiful. You will freak out over it. This terrace overlooks Lake Geneva. Here's the rooms. You need to win that. And we gave away 5,000 bonus points to over 1,400 people. Not 1,300 people. Everybody that's never won a trip with us, we gave them a. And by the way, I always say won, and I tell people it's really earned. Here's what I'm saying. You don't have to beat anybody. It's not a limited number. Everybody that hits the mark, everybody that goes over 115,000 wins Paris. Everybody that goes over 200,000 wins Switzerland. It's real. Everybody. So it's earned. How many people earn it? Get it. No fighting. No trying to say I worked hard but I didn't win. All you got to do is get over the mark. And power 10. So as we are looking at this SEAL team deal right here, I'm going to pull this. You can pull that back up after I do this, Billy. When we're looking here, these people here. So Nadine Smith Johnson had a person to get their 10th issue paid policy. We're mailing out to every person that gets their first 10. And we haven't put a deadline on that yet, but I promise you there's a deadline coming. Like, in other words, you've got to do it within 45 days. Right now, it's if you got 10, but it's going to move to the power of 10 within 45 days or within 90 days. We'd really like to see 10 issue paid in the first 10 days. So what you're getting, you get a letter. You get a letter from me that explains the whole deal. I'm not going to read it to you, but I'm going to tell you how it works. You're a brand new agent. You write a policy on yourself. That's 1. You do it on your spouse. That's 2. 2 children. That's 4. That's 4. Okay? You with me? So you got 4. You call people. You call up your friends. Say, let me show you how insurance works. Let me review your policies. You're a friend. You go over there. You start talking to them. You find they don't have a policy. That's another one. Get 10 issue paid fast as you can. Here's what we know. Here's what I know. When I hire somebody, if I can get them to 10, I got a good shot that they can get rich with us. If I get them stuck at 2, stuck at 4, you with me? So what I'm telling them is, I got to get you there. You'll get your certificate. Get your Power of 10 certificate that talks about what you've done, and you get Alliance Portfolio. Not sure if you can see it, but it's the Power of 10 on here. So you got the Alliance Portfolio for note taking, and you get your Power of 10 t-shirt. Okay? So the Power of 10, and then I got my 10. For everybody that does this. How many people on your team brand new? So the idea is get them to get that 1 policy, but show them what they get when they get 10. People say, well, they're going to get the money. I know, but that's the way I am too. I just like winning games. I like getting airplanes, getting cars, taking trips, and then all of a sudden you realize you made a lot of money.
That's right.
I've been okay with that all my life, to be tricked into getting rich. Oh, is this the total? Issue paid, number 1 in the United States of America, Michelle Alleman with 45,976. Myung Choi, 39,000. Debbie Ben, number 3, buddy. 3. Listen to this. Here's what I like. Listen to it. Michelle recruited 8 and wrote 45,900. I am going to talk today, Rob, about some of the stuff that she does. I know. I talk to her. I hear her, and I watch her. She doesn't work all the time. She has plenty of time off. What she don't do is what a lot of people do. Okay? So what is that? I'm going to tell you in a minute. I promise you I'm going to tell you what people do that are not hitting those numbers. She's really good at it, what I'm going to be talking about. All of these people are really. Sarge, 29,000. Paul Menachino, 29,000, got 3 directs. Dorian got 28,000. Pam Moore, 27,000. I'm sorry, that's not Dorian, that's Nolan. I got twins, so they look alike, okay? Would y'all change that to Nolan for me, William, so that I call Nolan? And Shannon Barnhart, 27,000. Don't change it like on this report. I'm talking about future reports. Okay, I want to make sure I'm clear. Kimberly Spinelli Young, 25,000. Phil, we call him Dr. Phil, 24,000. This is a strong January, people. Marvin Osuna, 24,000. So there you have it. That's the top 10. Marvin, you were number 11 in the country. I remember when Marvin couldn't write $2,000 in a month or $8,000, him and his family would go crazy. And now he is number 11 in the country with 24,000. In January, can you imagine what he's going to be in February and March? Dora Wasaki, number 12. Mark Hutchinson, 13. Alan Yoshikawa. Minerve Profil. Michael Owens, junior career. Michael Hartlieb. Patricia, look at you, girl. 19 in the country. Woohoo! How many apps was that, Patricia? You got any idea? 18 applications for 20,000. This is the first time you hit 20,000, ain't it? You have hit it with one app, but with 18 apps. That creates consistency. Eric Belair, 19. Jan Miller, 19. Andrew Logan, 19. James Coleman, 19. Vinny Shilio, 19. Belle Krause, 18. Mark Richardson, Mac Judy, Olga Mathis, number 28 in the country, and 4 direct recruits. Katrina Gustin, number 29, and 4 direct recruits. Jacob Kern, 4 direct recruits, 17. Adam Johnson, Danny Johnson, and Joey Cabo. I'm going to do the top 33. Way to go, Joey Cabo, 17,000. I want to call them all. I'll let you see them. MK, Brant 4. There's an 8, Bill Cook. Baby, that thing, look. How many people did over 10 grand? Let's do that. How many people did over 10 grand? Over 10,000 this month. Wow. 90 people did over 10,000 issue paid. Yeah, baby! All right, if y'all will take me back, Billy, to that main screen where you had the force on it. All right, power of 10. All right, so many simple, easy things. Here's one thing that I would like every key. This is the kind of thing that I want to go over with the key leaders. There's a lot more with key leaders that I want to show you. But this is one thing I need for every key. So I'm not a key leader yet. Okay, well, you will know it ahead of time. Okay, y'all cool with that? All right, it's a simple deal. People come to me and they say, Kyle Cater, come up here. They'll be like, and Toby, come up here. This is Kyle Keeter and Toby Griggs. Grab your mic, guys. Grab your mic. Now, who you hired? Tell everybody your name, who you hired by.
Kyle Cater, hired by Paul Hara and Patrick Connor's agency, and my home hotspot is Greensboro, North Carolina.
All right, same thing, Toby.
Toby Griggs, hired by Niall Flanick, and Greensboro's my home hotspot too.
Okay.
That's right.
So, good job. Y'all guys nailed that.
Yeah.
So they're not in the same group. This is an example, but I'm using people so you can see it better. Let's say these guys. Let's say I hire Kyle and he hires his best friend Toby. This is a scenario. They say we want to be partners. I say great. That's fantastic. A lot of people say, no, Andy don't like partnerships. He don't want people to be partners. He don't like that. You got to build it separately. That's not what I say. I say, that's great. Come on. Let's talk about how we're going to do it. Let me show you how we do this. So you got started first. You hired him technically, but you want to be a partnership, right? I get you. Let me show you how we do it. This is you, Kyle Cater. Okay? This is you right here. This is you. And you want to be a partnership, so both of y'all will be in the same circle. That's not the way we do it here. What we do it here is you hire Toby Griggs right here. Okay? So why you want to do that? In case one day, let's say, what if we put all the money and let's put Kyle Cater in here with Toby Griggs. And all the money, y'all want to split it up one day. Who's going to take who? You said, we're never going to split up. Okay, I believe you. I 100% believe you. There's 50% divorce rate. Y'all not getting married. Are you? Nope. What do we usually say? We usually say, y'all not getting married, but you're going to be in business together. You know how hard it is people stay married that are sleeping together? It's going to be tough because one of you might think the other one's doing more work and you might want to split it up. You said, no, we're going to be fine. I said, oh, you'll be fine? Oh, yeah, we're going to be fine. I said, well, then let's show you how we don't do this. This is a simple way to do it so you'll be fine and you don't worry and everybody's cool. What you do is, if you want to be a partner, what you do is when the insurance companies pay you, put it in a bank account. And when they go to pay you, we put it in the same bank account and y'all split it. That's right. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay? Now, when you hire people, Kyle, and you get them going, and let's say Toby helps train them, and let's say Toby hires some people, and you help train them, right? Well, when the insurance company goes to pay you the override right here, put it in the bank. When they pay you the override right here, just put it in the bank. In other words, put all the business money in one bank account. Okay? Does that make sense? And then y'all can split it half and half. Because y'all going to work just as much. They say things like, I'm going to sell and he's going to recruit. I said, good. Then whenever you sell, put all the money in a bank account. And whenever he recruits and y'all don't get paid, don't put nothing in the bank account because you didn't get paid nothing. You said, but what if Toby gets us selling a bunch and I don't get anybody selling? Well, you're still getting overrides. You can split it in the bank. But let's say it's your best friend. I wouldn't put your best friend over Toby. I'd put him over here and I'd let Toby train him. And when you got the overrides, put it in the same bank account. Does that make sense? People say, why are you doing this? Here's why I'm doing this. Because I'm building two businesses, okay? And when this guy says, I'm doing all the work, he's not. I say, really? He's not working? Or when this guy says, this one's not working, I say, let me show you how this works. He gets override on you, but all this business that he built, he gets. And all this you built, you get. And so from now on out, you put all your money in your bank account and you put your money in your bank account.
That's right.
But you don't have to change anything. We don't have to fight about anything. You say, but I want to put everybody I hire under him. Well, that's going to be bad if y'all ever break up. You say, well, he's going to train them. Good. Let you hire him, Kyle, and let him train them because that's what he was going to do anyway. And if this never changes and we keep putting it in the same bank account, you'll never even care or know. The bank account is where it matters. Does this make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I had a woman that's living with a guy and she said, we got an arrangement. I am going to move out. But right now we're splitting everything in one bank account. Okay? I said, well, you're getting licensed, do you want to take your money and put it in that bank account? Or do you want to put it in a separate bank account? Well, for now I want to put it in the same bank account. But later on, I ain't going to be living here. I said, well, if you ain't going to be living here later on, why don't you just do it like this? And then when you leave, does he know you're going to leave? Yeah. Well, cool. All right. Does that make sense? In other words, put it in the same bank account for now, but then build it as a separate organization, and then later on, just start putting it in your bank account. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Or, here's another scenario. We're married, and we're never going to get divorced. Okay, great. Put it in the same bank account. In other words, you don't have to get two deals. Does that make sense? I don't care about any of these scenarios. You can do it any way you want to. What do you recommend, Andy? I recommend this right here. This person hires this person, even if it's a wife. And what you can do is you can put it all in one LLC, or just put all the money in one bank account. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's very simple. All you're doing is going ahead and basically, I've been in partnerships and I've met 10,000 people in partnerships. And here's what they say. Oh my God. I work harder than he does. He don't work. She don't work. She did this. She did that. And it's just tough to do. If you build it like this separately, put it in one bank account and then dividing the money. Here's what I get people saying this. We're not going to divide the money. I said, if you do it like this, if you're here and he's here and everything you do the selling, he does the recruiting. If he does half as much as you, you're going to have to divide the money. But this way, you know how it's going to be split up in the end. Does this make sense?
Yeah. Sure.
Is this clear? I want every key leader to understand this. I don't tell people what I don't like and what I hate. I just say, here's a simple way to look at it. Lay it on a silver platter, and about 99.9, I don't think I've had one person say, well, we're not going to do it that way because it's going to be perfect. Most of them look at each other and go like, I think that's a good idea. Does that make sense? That's right. Once you lay it out like that. So, is this clear? Yeah. This is a little higher teaching than I like to do with everybody. I only want to do this with key leaders and agency managers, but I need for my key leaders and agency managers to understand this now because I've got a lot of situations going on the way we're blowing up. And key leaders know that this is the type of stuff I am going to rock on you and get it real clear. All right? All right. What's been happening, man? What's been going on in your business?
Crazy. I mean, we are putting so many people in class right now and getting them out, Andy. It's crazy. Greensboro hotspot's blowing up like there's no tomorrow. We're making a commitment to you. We're going to be putting 100 people at that hotspot in the next 3 months.
Mm-hmm. How many y'all had 42 people in the Greensboro hotspot? You were there?
Yes, sir.
Did he kill it?
He did kill it.
I hear he's going to be on the board again next week. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I like to see. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Nice ring. You need one of those. Okay. All right. Does anybody got any questions about this? Question about this? What'd I do? There questions about that? Huh? Clear as mud. It's not clear. Clear as mud means it's not clear. What's so funny? It's a lot of lines. Does that help? No? Y'all got it? Yeah, we got it. Okay, I'm going to make you come up here and show it. If I was in a hot spot, I would do that. I would get somebody to come up here and I would clear it up. might spend 2 hours on it. And the key leaders, I'm going to get 7 or 8 key leaders to come show it to me and them explain it to see. Interactive teaching. Okay, because I don't feel this good about it, I tell you. I don't think y'all know. That's communication. It probably didn't take with half the people in here. If I asked them to explain it, it would be crazy. You with me? They would say something like, I don't think they should get married. Not kidding. And I would be like, that's not my point. Here's what I was trying to say. And then they'll go like this. After an hour, they'll go, oh, I get it. And I'm like, what? And they'll tell me, I go, that's what I was trying to say. That's what we got to do with people. That's what's going to happen in a key leader meeting. Well, I got to get everybody on board. It's like this. We've got momentum, like we're doing really good. I need more people that understand and can teach somebody else because they get it. Not because they go like, it's like my I think he'd be like my nephew or something, okay, or a great nephew, all right, and he's kindergarten, like 4 or 5, and they did Groundhog Day. Didn't Groundhog Day just happen? And so when he got in the car, his mama said, "They talk about Groundhog Day?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "We learned all about it." And she said, "Well, tell me about it." He said, "If Santa is coming, it might be 7 years before it happens again," or something like that. That's pretty. Groundhog Day is something. If the groundhog comes out, right, there's something 7 years before Christmas again, before we get to say Santa Claus, right? He got the concept. I don't need key leaders that's their concept of what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I was like, that's close. That's something like that. Okay. Instant thunder, wrong stuff. Okay, so here we go. A lot to cover on this. Michelle Alleman has focus. Okay? Focus is when you're not confused on what you're trying to do. When you focus on distraction, you do not take action. When you focus on action, you take action. So this cannot be that simple, Andy. If it was more complicated than that, I would be in big trouble. Our leaders that are winning trips, have a ridiculous focus on action, not on dysfunction. Okay?
That's right.
This is a mind-boggling tiny thing. Structure. When you focus on structure, and order, you get action. That's because this right here, structure and order, creates energy. See, because what you're saying is, I can't take action, I'm sitting here. I'm curled up in a fetal position, I'm depressed. Let's talk again about my wife. Let's talk again about my husband. Let's talk again about my children. Let's talk about my mental situation. Let's talk, and I'm like, woo! I need to help you put structure and order to it so that you have energy, so you don't focus on the dysfunction, so you focus on the action. All right. Here's a question I got today. What do I need to do to feel like I can be rich? So, because that's when people got to, they got to believe it, because if you don't believe, you won't take action. Because I think they've read a book, okay? And if they've read a book, sometimes people get confused. I want to clear that up. I ask him, have you got your license yet? You say, wait. Somebody asked you, yeah. And I love him. It's a great question. But I asked him, had he got his license yet? And he said, I'm going to schedule it this week, soon. There's no order there. There's no plan. There's no focus.
Yeah.
It's that's what? Does that make sense? I just said, have you got your license yet? And he said, like, people say, what's the first thing you do? I would hire everybody I can, and I would get my insurance license. So what should I do first? Those two things. But so I got bored out of my mind for a while, I would call some people. If I got tired of calling people, I'd get my insurance license. What I would not do is all the things that most people do. Take care of everything.
That's right.
Take care of mama, daddy, children, dog, kitchen, sink, yard, neighbors, high school, college education. Oh my God, what are you doing? It's technical college too, which is very technical. It's community college because we all need to be part of a community. No, that's not what I would do. Michelle is not getting her associate's degree at Houston Community College so that one day she could make $14 an hour. You with me?
Right.
She write $45,000, hired 8 people because she don't want to work, because she's got a priority system, because she's got a focus system, because she's not messed up in the head.
That's right.
Now she's crazy, but it's a good crazy. There's crazy bad and there's crazy good. She's a good crazy. Okay, like Terry Edwards, good crazy. Right, Tia? Yeah. He's good crazy.
That's right.
He's the keeper. Is this helping at all? Like this? Okay. All right. Focus, direction, structure, order, energy. All right. Where's my one page? Focus brings energy. The biggest lie that you're telling yourself is, I've got time. He's going to schedule it this week. He can get round to it. I'm going to schedule it next week. Why don't you schedule it now, since it's a high priority? But people think they have time. That is so bullcrap. We got to do this now if we're ever going to get to do it.
That's right.
You understand? Like now, me and my son want to go back to Africa hunting. We should go now because there's no time. He's in college, and I want him to go. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay? I want to go this week, but we have a national convention. There's nothing I can do about it, a family reunion. Also, I want to go this week, but the lodge that we want to stay in is booked up. So I have a solid date booked. There's nothing else I can do about it. Does that make sense? It's booked. Now, we're planning it. We're going to lease a houseboat for a week on a swamp, really is what it is. It's a lake. But I understand it is infested with crocodiles. The guy that's helping us is going to kill a hippopotamus and cut it up and put the bones and stuff so that there will be more crocodiles there when we go. I'm fired up about it. I'm not cutting up the hippo. I'm going to be on a houseboat looking. You with me? Is this making sense? Crazy, huh? I can't do it now. Are you worried that you may never get to do it? Yeah. I wish we were doing it now, but I can't. I can't. I've got to do this show right now, so I got to quit talking about that. Does that make sense? This is what I got to do now. Why? Because it's going to be expensive. And then when we get there, we'll go, oh, by the way, guess what we're going to do? It's going to be the coolest thing. There's villages everywhere. We have decided to have suitcases of toys and stuff like soccer balls, deflated, and air pumps, and volleyball nets and volleyballs and all kinds of other stuff. We're going to have chewing gum, candy. We're going to have some cool stuff. Because the last time we got there, we was like, oh, this is what we should have done. So when me and Spencer were talking about going in July, we were like, hey. So then now Jane is on it, because she's way more organized than us. She understands about the kids. She's a school teacher, you know, so she's going to help us get it all organized and anything. Is that cool? Yeah. Oh, it's crazy, man. And we're going to talk to kids. It's fun. We did it last time. Spencer played soccer with them last time, and everything. We basically left everything we had, just give it to people, because we didn't want to bring it back, and two, they needed it. It was obvious, you know. So this time we're going to bring stuff that they can really enjoy as a team. You with me? Okay. So I can prepare, but now's the time, right? Now I could wait till next year or the year after, or how about worse? We could schedule it. We could eventually get around to scheduling it. Scheduling it? You got to be kidding me. You didn't put a date? Put a date on it and then let's do that. If you're going to get your state exam, put a date on it. Dadgum. That's all hard about that. Well, I might not be ready. Well, you might be ready. We might not be ready in July, but we're going. Basically, come hell or high water, we're going. Okay, does this make sense? All right, simple, simple, simple. All the time people talk to me about building 15 people. I'm going to get 15 people here. And I always go, could you just get one? Why do I have this emoji all the time? One more, right? One more. I need you to find one that we can count on. If you looked at the 8 steps, find me one person that's willing to do these 8 steps, at least get rated at a 7. How about that? So you go through it, and they're doing a 1 in this category. Oh, we can find a better person. Or find somebody that wants to do it now. Okay? All right, one person. That is one of the focuses that you got. The people that get one person selling found one person. They took a lot of time with them and got them sell it. They might have hired 8. All right. Oh, here's... when I'm saying find a person that's already signed up for family reunion. Find a person that's already signed up for Instant Thunder. 1. Just find one. So what are we going to do next? We're going to try to find another 1, and we're going to try to get this one to find 1. Let's say I find somebody that's doing 2s and 3s in the 8 steps. I ask them to find somebody who will do the 8 steps to a 7th degree. So I will learn them to go find a person better than them. Does that make sense? Yeah. And as soon as I find a person better than them, so if I've got a person here, let me draw it. So if I've got a person, if this is Andy A, or if this is you, here's what you want to do. This is what I do. If I've got a person when I look at those 8 steps, and I rate them a 3 on listening. They own TWC sometimes. They listen to audio sometimes. I rate them a 4 on reading. They've read before, but not consistent. On meetings, I give them a 7 because they go to every hot spot. What I'm going to do is ask this person to try to find somebody that can rate a 7, 7, 7, 7. And then I'll start talking to them more because I found that one person. Because this person signs up quicker to hot spots. This person shows up more. This person signs up to Instant Thunder. Does this make sense? That's what I mean by the one more technique. One other thing. Here's one of my favorite things that I say is there anything I can do about it? That's one of my biggest questions. Is there anything about it? If it is something I can do about it, then I'm going to tell you what I do. If it's nothing I can do about it, then I do not do what I'm getting ready to tell you. So there's nothing I can do about it, I'm not going to worry about it. But if there's something I can do about it, I'm going to tell you how I do it. All right. Okay. If there's something, if I have a problem, or I want something, I want a car, I want to have more. Like right now I have 12 key leaders wide. All right? I have 12 key leaders. I want to get 13, 14, and 15. I want to be 15 wide in key leaders. So I need 3 more key leaders. Does this make sense? Whatever it is you need. What other situation I have? Okay, I want Spencer to go to Australia for class. Okay? I can't tell him what to do at all. But I want him to. So, here's what I can do. I've wrote it down. This is what I want. Me and Jane talked about it. That was one of the things I could do is talk to Jane. I can't tell her that I'm going to make, because I'm not going to make him. It's a to die for trip. Okay, he gets 6 hours of credit, and it's in Australia, and he goes with some cool people. Okay, but he's a very busy person. He may not want to do it. It's his life, but I want him to be successful. I'm not going to make him do it. I promise I will not be mad at all. But I know what I want. I want him to go. So if you don't go, I'm not going to be mad. So how are you possibly going to be mad? You're disappointed? Not be disappointed either. I'll be like, shoot, next. Does that make sense? But here's what I can do. I can talk to Jane about it. And I talked to him about it nicely. I said, let me show you. Now, and then you think, what else can I do? Okay? So I call this number one thing. So this is what I want. What you want. WW. WUW. What you want. Number one. Decide what you want. What do you want? This is like 99% of people's problems. I don't know if I want a divorce. I don't know if I want children. I don't know if I want to get married. I don't know if I want to get rich. I don't know if I want to make $100,000. I don't know if I want to go to Hot Spot tonight. I don't know. Does that make sense? They don't know what they want. This is number one. What do you want?
That's right. That's a good question right there.
And then my next question is, can I do anything about it? What do you want? I want 3 more key leaders in WIT. I have my reasons. Don't you worry about my reasons. I got my reasons. I'll tell you my reasons since you pushed me. I listen to audios all the time, if y'all hadn't heard. I don't think I could make it if I didn't listen to audios. I listen to, what is it, Alliance Media? That's an app. Listen to that all the time. I have a podcast system on my iPhone I listen to. And I was just listening to this guy, and he said, the art of leadership, getting people to do what you want them to do because it's what they want to do. So what you do is you got to decide what you want them to do, and then you get them to want to do it for themselves. That's tricky right there. That's like too acrobatic stuff right there. But that's kind of what I'm. Oh, okay. Here's the app. So there's the Alliance app. So this is what. So think about this. So with Spencer, I got to get him to want to do it. But if he don't want to do it, there's nothing I can do. But the first thing I got to do is decide what I want. Okay. So I can't move up. See what I want. What I want is this level right here, which is $9 million, 9 DMs, and then what I want is 12 DMs. See, I'm right here. I want to move up here. But this right here is not so much a worry as is this right here. Okay? So people are worried about 15 people when they really should be worried about what you want is you should be trying to find one person that wants to go to the convention more than anything else. But you gotta, so what if they don't want to? You gotta get them to want to for their own benefit. Is this making sense? So if I can get more key leaders, here's I can have a contest. So if I only have 12 key leaders, I have to make them into district managers. But if I could get 15 or 21, then I could have a contest. Then this person would want to go DM. They want to be part of that organization. They don't want to be the one that dismissed it. But when it's only 12, I know that I got to make them, and I can't make anybody. But if I could get somebody to want to do it. Does that make sense? Because I can't make a person do something that they want to do. But the whole thing starts with this. This is what you start with. What do you want? So what do you want? I knew what I didn't want. I didn't want to be broke. I hated it. I wanted to be rich. But I would almost say like what you don't want. You can do opposites. If you all hadn't heard this, I had heard this a long time ago and kind of forget about it. Love, hate, indifference. So the opposite of love is indifference. The opposite of hate is indifference. So you think love and hate are on the same side and indifference is opposite. Yeah. It's not in the middle. It's the opposite. Indifference is the opposite of hate, and indifference is the opposite of love. People are like how you know this? It's in the books. It's in the psychiatry books. It's in the psychology books. Preachers know it. And so I asked them, and they told me. So a person hating you is really better than a person being indifferent to you. Say, I'd rather them be indifferent. I don't want to say like trust me, but I can explain it to you. But it's a Trump Hillary thing. Like people hate Hillary, right? You say, well, that's not good. That's how she got love. The reason people love her is because people hated her. You say that's not true. Yes, dude, I'm telling you, I know this stuff. You can't be loved and not hated because they were together. You're loved and hated. Trump is loved. Some people love that he cut her taxes, love that the lowest unemployment rate, love that their stocks are going through the roof. Other people hate him. I'm not sure. They hate him for a reason. They hate him because they read his tweets. I don't read his tweets. Somebody was telling me that. I said, can you believe what he tweets? I was like, I could. And he does what? What? 3 a.m. He don't drink. He can tweet if he wants to. He don't drink. Like if you drink, don't tweet. Is that fair? If you drink, don't tweet. I know it's popular, don't drink and drive, but don't tweet and drink. I've talked to psychiatrists, psychologists, preachers about that. They tell me, I don't make this stuff up. I was telling somebody this morning, I said, if you listen to me, you will stop probably 80% of what you're doing, and the 20 and all that 80 will come over here into productive stuff and change your dadgum life, just like that. And I'm not kidding. I said, they were like, I told this person they were stupid, and they got offended. I was like, well, they're like, what else can I do? They're stupid. I said, well, I know they're stupid. You're not stupid. Don't tell them they're stupid. Do this with them. Tell them what you want them to do over and over again. But also, tell them, you got to turn around and tell them. In other words, you got to lead.
Yeah, that's right.
You got to do it. And then tell them, this is how I got what I got. It's like the biggest reason I have the Ferrari and the Lamborghini and the G-Wagon and all that stuff is so I can tell people, because people say, I want that. And I go, really, you want that? And they go, what? I said, that right there, come here, point, make sure you understand what you want. They go, I want that. I go, all right, then this is what you got to do.
That's right.
Because everybody's motivated. The question is what are they motivated about? Some people are motivated to play video games. Why? Because they get these little stars, I'm told. You get ranked and you get ratings. They're motivated to do it. I mean, they're fired up about it. And I'm okay with that. It's not my life. Does that make sense? I want a Ferrari. So if you can get them motivated to want a Ferrari, or if you get them motivated to want to go to Africa, if they want them motivated to give to a charity, you got to find. Everybody's motivated. It's just what are they motivated about? And what I want you motivated about is what I want you motivated about. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want them to want what I want. Because if they don't want what I want, you say, what do you want? I want the ability to go and do stuff for my family. I want my kids to be able to go to college. I want my daughter to be able to live in Paris for 4 months. How about this? This messed me up today. I was thinking about it. You know she's got an apartment in Raleigh? Here's what I'm telling you. She's got an apartment in Raleigh. So who's staying in it? Nobody. So you want to sublease it? No. Why? I don't want anybody staying there. Why? Because I don't. Because we'd have to pick up stuff and worry about it and talk about it and think about it and we'll complain about it and be mad about it. So why don't we just leave it empty? What costs money? I have a lot. Does that make sense? I want people to want what I want. Said, well, you don't want a Ferrari? Yeah, I want to want a Ferrari. You want to write a check to charity for $100,000? Yes. So I give menus and I try to find something they want. Because what they want is some of the stuff, and then does that make sense?
Yeah.
What you got to decide is what you want in life. It's the biggest problem. I remember when I wanted a degree from North Carolina State so that for the rest of my life I could say that. So you can make a lot of money. It had nothing to do with it. Because I want to go to college try and get a good job. I said, that will not work. I know thousands of people with a college degree and don't make no money. And they want to make money.
That's right.
But they said they was going to college to make money. I said, that will not work. That's the kind of thing where I'll tell the girl, you go waste all that money and time and you're not moving forward. Right. I can tell you that won't work. I didn't go to NC State to make a lot of money. I went so I could say I went to North Carolina State for the rest of my life. But I had a decision I wanted to pass. I had to figure out a way to not quit, figure out a way not to drink too much where I couldn't study, not to party too much, not to get arrested, had to get up in time to get to class. I did not like that part. 7:50 classes. I still remember that. 7:50 a.m. Who the heck is anywhere at 7:50? That's what I was thinking. So when I say I didn't want a job, people, y'all know I didn't want a job. All right, I ain't got time to do every one of these like that. You decide what you want. WUW, 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 WUW. Okay. All right, number 2. I want to come back to that. Number 2. Write it down. If you would go, some of you don't know this. I have a blog. It's on AndyAlbright.com. AndyAlbright.com. My most popular blog ever was called White Sheeting. If you've not read White Sheeting, if you've read it, I would appreciate you putting a comment on it. I got a bunch of comments on it. White Sheeting. Write it down. Something that you can touch, see, your handwriting. That's what you got to do. What you want, write it down. White sheet. Read White Sheeting. It's going to so much substance, more substance on top of what I'm saying so that you can remember what I'm saying and read that and do more and get more out of this. Number 3, set deadlines. Okay, so you might have a sheet on different subjects. You're white sheeting. Like the green book was a white sheet. The inside the circle was a white sheet. Now look how many sheets it is. But it was one white sheet that multiplied out. Okay? Set deadlines. My biggest deadline is now. The other one I have is right now.
Right now.
You say everything can't be right now. My adventure with my son is in July. Boom. It's done. Now. But it's not now, Andy. The time is now. Scheduled. Okay? For me, sub-deadlines are better than deadlines. Okay? Like, for example, I was at the doctor, we had to get shots for immunization. I've got prescriptions already. Now, here's what happened. I scheduled an appointment with the doctor, because we got to do that now, so I scheduled it. I went. On my list of things to talk to him about was going to where I was going, to Zimbabwe. Okay? I know that's above, which is crazy that I know this, it's above the malaria line, so you got to, it's down south you're okay, but up there it's not so good. And I just know enough people from Africa that are telling me. So we got to get some malaria stuff. And he's like, yeah, you do. So he gives him a prescription. You with me? Now, I can't go get it now because we don't want to get it bad, so we got to wait another month. So it's stuck up on the wall to get that done then. That's a sub-deadline of us going hunting. Does that make sense? We need the ship rented now, or the boat, the houseboat, now. So what is it? So if you're going to come into Instant Thunder, what do you need to do? Your ticket part now. Does that make sense? If you're going to family reunion now, buy your ticket.
That's right.
Everything you can do now quickly if it's a high priority. Mostly what I teach for people is how to build a business. Now I do a little bit of how to build your life. Okay? Like a lot of people don't decide, like I want for my grandchildren to come see us. I don't want them to have to go different places. That's what I want. So I have to act and do accordingly because that's what I want. Does that make sense? Kind of like I want them to come see me and Jane. So like us. And I want to have a beach house fixed up where they can go to. Does this make sense? Like, what do you want? Do you want to go agency manager? Do you want to go EVP? If you want to go EVP, here's what people do. They say, I want to go AM. I said, don't you want to go EVP? They go, yeah. I said, then you want to go EVP. Let me show you how to go AM. I want to go EVP. Let me show you These are sub deadlines. This is your deadline right here. When's this going to be? It's a real quick story. Real quick. Prisoner of war. A lot of prisoners of war back in World War II. Okay, listen to this. A lot of them died. And here's one of the reasons they think they died. They said things like, we're going to get out by Christmas. Okay? There was a guy named, I almost thought of his name. Furnuckle. Is that Love and War? Is that the book I'm thinking about, Jane? Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome. Okay, it's not the book, but that's the syndrome. Here's the way it works. He said, I'm getting out. Everybody else said, we're getting out by Easter. And then Easter came and went. So they got very depressed. It'd be like if I'm going EVP by the end of the year. It ain't going to work. Here's what he said. What I need is more iron in my system. So they put like nuts and bolts and nails they can pick up and put it in water, stir it around. Because what happens is some of the iron and the metal comes off in the water. You don't even see it. And then you drink the water. It adds nutrition to your body. He did that. They were constantly talking about, we're going to get out by Easter. Okay, Easter come, ain't out. Christmas come, ain't out. He's like, I don't know when we're getting out, but I'm getting out of here alive. I'm getting out of here alive. Does that make sense? But then he lived. They died. So what happens is one of my agents was saying, I'm going to kill it this weekend. I said, you're going to run 20 appointments, what you're going to do. Right. Whether you kill it or not, I don't know. And then when you run those 20 appointments, you can book 20 more appointments. Just making sense. This is huge in the way I do stuff. Okay? I know. And people ask me, how you do it? I try to tell you, but then I watch you, and you're doing it the opposite of the way I do it, and I'm like getting a headache trying to, so I look around and see if somebody else wants to hear, and I tell them how to do it. Okay, so what can you do right now? That's your biggest deadline. What can you do right now? What can you put on the calendar? All right, 4, real quick. 4, you got to list everything. List everything you need to do. Shocking, you need to think about the things you can do, not the problems. I already got you. I clear on the problem. I understand. You dysfunction, I got it. Shut up. Shut up. This is what we can do. Shut up. This is what we can do. This is what we can do. Give me a list. We call these the to-dos. Okay? If you're not too smart, not too quick, it's a to-do. All right? Because people look at that, they can't figure it out. I'm going like I'm going to explain it to you. On the back of my cars, I got 2 out of 8 of my cars has this. Do-da-do or do-da-do. But it has stuff that we're going to do. That's the concept. I'm not, and now I'm telling you, if Jeff, oh, by the way, y'all should pray, don't cause a problem, but pray for Jeff Wright's wife. She had an accident, fell down, and she got some broken stuff. Or he would be right here with me, and he would do all the psychology, the psychiatry, and the confusing stuff to me. You know, I'm like, Jeff, calm down with all that stuff, all that fear and anxiety and all them words. We'll do that week after next, I promise. All right, so you do your list. 5. After you do your list, you organize. Okay? First, or now, and then you got your second. That's what you do right now. You say, I can't do it right now. Okay, then do it next. Whatever you want. Just quit crying. Okay? That's what you do next. Here's the way I do it a lot of times with my staff, or when I'm planning out how we're going to do something. I go, all right, this is what we're going to do right here. Blah, 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 blah. Then what we're going to do is this right here. Blah, 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 blah. Now, if that works out good, this is what we're going to do. Yes. If this don't work out good, no, then this is what we're going to do. I list. Shocking. First, I'm going to go here and try to recruit, and I'm going to run a Craig list over here. First, I'm going to talk to these people. And I think this person's best. That's why I'm going to talk to that. So I'm going to take this call. I'm not going to talk to this person right now. I'm going to put this person off to next week, but I'm going to put this person now. But if this person don't show up, I'll call this person now. That's the way I do it. That's the way I run mine. It's like a computer program. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. On, off, on, off. Do this, don't do that. The one thing you will sense in this, there's not a lot of feeling. Because my feeling is fear and hate. Hate being poor, fear to going back, fear something's not going to happen, I ain't going to have enough money to fix it. Okay? So I don't need to feel. Like I'm done with feeling. I've done my thinking, I've done my worrying, now I got to do my doing.
That's right.
Does that make sense? Okay, number 6. Do. Let's do something. I can't assure Andy if I'm supposed to do this first or do this. Pick one. That one. Does that make sense? I know you don't know. Pick one and do it.
That's right.
Yeah, this is where I wrote this down. An average plan, vigorously executed, is better than a brilliant plan with nothing done.
That's good right there.
Pick one and do it like you thought you was right. And people are like, that is the wrong one. Shut up, I'm doing. I've already made my decision, I'm going. Now what? Pick one. Ooh, drama. Okay. Most are saying, I'm going someday I'll. I'm going to someday I'll. Someday I will. Someday ISLE. Someday I'll, or someday I'll. I''L''. I'll do it. I'll be on the island of someday. You with me? All right. I was talking to some people the other day, and they were like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I need to read a book. I said, stop reading. Now, you got to read, right? You've read enough. It's time for do.
That's right.
You've listened to enough audio. You've thought about it. You've prayed. You've fasted. You've asked me. You've asked God. You've asked your friend. Now you got to do. You're on step 6. Step 6 is where you do something. Number 7, resolve. Now here's where it gets really tricky. Every day. Every day, move toward the goal. Do something today on that subject. Something that resolves you to move in that direction. One more time. Here's the line that you get so fired up that you run naked through the streets. Here's the line you get so depressed you jump off a bridge, jump off a cliff, shoot somebody. Those are going to slow you down, possibly stock you and lock you up. You get locked up, you're not going to be able to pursue your goals. But when people get so frustrated and so mad out there, they do that. They run over somebody, they shoot somebody, they divorce somebody, they beat somebody, they punch somebody, they cuss them out, blah, blah, blah. You with me? They go over the deep end. They curl up in the bed for a week or 2 weeks. This is where you want to be. Because your goal is here. That's what you're shooting for, the big X. The only way you're going to move forward is if you don't go way up here and go down there. I did the feeling and the worry earlier. Now I'm on this 6-step, 7-step program to fix my problem. Jane, this is time. And it's coming at you. And you go mess around and be old as me before you know it. You don't want to do that and just now be getting a Ferrari. You want to do it when you're younger, when you can get in one. That Lamborghini is worth. I swear the Lamborghini is 8 inches. When you hit your head right there, you just make tingles go down your whole body. Or mine does. Like I think oh God, I'm paralyzed, you know. This makes simple 7-step process. Not kidding. You can look back over this. Go look at that white sheeting and understand that. Now, if you will tell me what you want, I can show you the steps to get it. If you're lying to me and you don't know and you're wondering and you're undecided, I can't help you. But when you tell me what you want, I can give you direction. And if I can't get direction, I know somebody who can give you direction. Because I know a lot of people. And I can help get you direction. But if all you want to do is wander around, we don't need anybody to tell you. Ain't that what that animal said in wasn't Goldilocks, where the rabbit wanted to know which way to go, and he said, Alice in Wonderland? Yeah. Alice in Wonderland? He said, if you don't know where you're going, I guess I can tell you any which direction. So if you don't know what you want, I guess I can make up any story and it'll work just as good. But when you know for sure what you want, I have to be very precise, and I will be. Here's the mentality. Most broke people, let me do most rich people first. Most CEOs they're not really that smart as they are doers. They come up with a simple plan. Like, here's my plan. Okay? I got to get 33 people that are crazy. Good crazy. that this is what they do, nothing else matters. They're on a mission to change lives.
That's right.
You with me? I was talking to a guy in Oklahoma City. I think he's one of those guys. He's got something he's got to do because of a moral obligation. Once that moral obligation, now I'm tick-tock, because I want to do it now, but I know I got about 65 more days with him, and then I think he'll be full bore. I think. I'm not counting on him. But I need 33 people that see this. Like this young lady asked me, she said, how much do you think your faith and your mission in this business and your life lines up? I was like, 100%. That's why I'm a maniac. I need for you to get that too. But some people's mission is to eat bonbons and watch television and play video games and go off on this church trip and that church mission and this disciple mission and this, and they're off on 80 different things. It's very difficult to accomplish anything if you're not lined up. You with me? Or they're off on a bingo championship, or they're on a bowling championship, or I want to be good at golf. And I mean, great, dude, you're too old. You're not going to make the senior circuit. People think that. They don't play on senior. No, you're not. Look how many times that's ever happened. It don't happen. If you want to go to every game, then let's figure out how to get you rich. And let's get you free where you don't have to stay. Does that make? In other words, you can't tell me something that you want to do, and you say, I want to become a singer. And I'm like, that's not. Like if you can't sing, bro.
Right.
Does that make sense? All right. 95% of the people that are winning, the CEOs, the EVPs. Oh, I want to announce something to all my EVPs and key leaders. We now have an extremely precise predictive model of how much money people are making. So I know how many people made $20,000 a month over the last 90 days. I know who's making the most money in the Alliance in the last 90 days. I know who made the least. I know who was ranked number 4 in income. I can't wait to show you this. I've already shared it with a few people, but I was like, here's what I think you made. And they're like, you're right on it. Yeah, my guys have predicted it based on commissions and the whole deal. That makes sense? What the insurance companies are paying you. That's pretty cool, huh? The people with the top, let me explain something to you. The ones that are doing like this, they're not going higher. They know what they want, and they're getting it. The ones that are going like this, they know what they want, and they're getting it. The ones that are going like this, they know what they want, and they're getting it. Does that make sense? Here's what they want. The ones going down don't want to make a decision. That's what they want. They want to be a wandering generality. They don't want to be focused. Does this make sense? So it's like everybody wants something. Everybody's motivated for something. It's what are they picking? By the way, apparently you are solid $200,000 income tracked. The last 90 days, if you divide it up and multiply it times 12, you're going to make $200,000. So if you want to make $250,000, you're going to have to increase it a little bit. Does that make sense? Like I know right now he's on track to make $200,000 because the last 90 days showed me that he is on a solid track to make $200,000 a year. And I was like, that's not bad. Around here, making $200,000? You say, he's moving his hands like he wants to do more. If he's got to decide, if that's what he wants, I can show him what to do. Now I know he's doing it, but I can be more precise. Most poor people, broke people, 95% of their time talking about the problem. Oh, God, they want to talk about it. Oh, they want to go round and round and explain it, make sure you understand. Here's the way they want to do it. They want you to understand it, Stephanie. They want Angela Clark to understand. Angela, you got a lot of people that want you to understand their situation. They want you to understand. They want Toby to understand it. They want Terry to understand. They come to the hotspot. They get everybody to understand their situation. That is not what CEOs do. They're working on what they need to do like banshees, like maniacs, like psychos. What I want to build this army of 10,000 apps is to get 30 people who have one dadgum program. One dadgum program. To have fun, make money, and make a difference, not in 10 people, not in 20, but as many people as we can help. Can't think of any other word to describe it. Disciples. Like I'm at it, you be at it. So you're one of them. Niall wants to be one of them. If Deanna wants to be one of them, but you got to have focus. You can't be, we might do this, we might do that, I might get divorced, might get married, might have babies. It's got to be, here's the plan. So who knows that? The people that are winning. How did they decide that? I think a lot of them just guessed. So you can't guess what you want. I'm going to do that one. If this is something I need to do, and this is something I need to do, if I can't decide, I just guess. I pick one and go with it. Does that make sense? There was this guy in the Bible named Paul. He said, this one thing I do, I focus and I press forward. This one thing I do, I'm trying to build the kingdom. What are you trying to do with your life? Are you trying to be a comfortable person? He said, I just want my kids to be great. Okay. You know what most kids need? They need an example. Somebody that don't quit. Somebody that don't sit down. Somebody that don't let up. Somebody that don't compromise. Somebody that'll follow. They need to see somebody that'll follow. You want them to follow, but if you ain't following, guess what? You're going to learn a bad, bad lesson. I'm telling you. Tell me how you think, and I'll tell you what kind of money you make. Think on paper, like I showed you, and I'll predict massive results. Can't wait to see you, Instant Thunder. Wait to see you in Detroit and New Jersey. It's going to be crazy. Love y'all. TWC out of here.